Hi, welcome back to Junk Joel Reseller Podcast. This is episode 6. My name's Jay.
And I'm Ray. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Right. Thank you, guys. Do appreciate it every time. Thank you. I tell you, if you like this content, please hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Ask any question. But let's get into this right now. I'm telling you what we're going to do is later on in the show, we're going to have trivia.
Yep.
And Ray's going to tell you the rules of this trivia contest because you just stick around, you leave a comment, not just a comment, you leave an answer, and you can win yourself some cold, hard
gift card.
Gift card.
Dude, right now we're going to do McDonald's. So
that's right. We're going to do McDonald's.
So treat yourself to some McDonald's.
That's right. Get yourself some McDoubles, sit back and
play a fish, whatever you want.
Yeah. And then the next podcast, you just sit back and you just eat your food, drink a big cup of soda, and be like, "Man, these guys are great." But we just upload last thing, and I put in the headlines. Go ahead and leave some bad comments.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's how we started off. I mean, we'll take any comments over, at all.
I mean, if you got some good ones, but if you're really feeling us like, shut up, I can't even stand your voice. Leave it down there.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
But getting back to the contest, so we want you guys, when we go through the trivia, we just want you any questions that, because I'm gonna ask the questions to Jay this week. So any questions that Jay gets wrong, you just have to leave one of them. Leave a correct answer in the comments. To any answer that Jay gets wrong, that's all you have to do, and you'll be entered to win a $10 gift card.
And we're gonna have them drawings.
Yeah, we're doing it every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's a drawing every 2 weeks.
Yep.
So every 2 weeks.
Yep.
And get your answers down there, and you'll be in the drawing, and then we'll send it
to be able to. Yep. So you can actually get 2 chances. So if you do this week, comment on this week, and then you comment on next week, that's 2 chances. We're going to count that. So to win the $10, so you get 2 chances. You got to tune in every week to get your 2 chances.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because you know what? Now you're talking about McDonald's. I'm getting hungry.
All right. Well, I kind of half ate lunch. I didn't really eat like a healthy lunch. Nothing.
No, I didn't either. Yeah. I ate McDonald's for lunch. I had McDoubles.
McDoubles.
2 for $3.99.
Yep.
I usually don't eat a lot of McDonald's unless it's fish sandwiches, but
yeah, we go there more for their breakfast. That's what me and my wife do. Yeah.
Well, I do like sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits and hash browns. I like sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits and hash browns.
I don't know. I can't. You can't really beat their iced coffee for 99 cents. So.
No, that's a good price. I
know. So yeah. So anybody that enters this contest that we're doing, technically you can get 10 iced coffees.
Yeah, you get and think about it. Just like I can't drink iced coffee because listen, orange soda almost knocked me out. Imagine what coffee do.
Yeah. I know. That's it's too much.
It's too much.
So let's get into how was your week, Jay?
Week was all right. Some sales stayed a little steady.
Mm-hmm.
Not a problem. I just been putting in a little bit more work than usual, but and it's been some good sales. So I can't complain that half.
Yeah,
I guess the algorithm is working for me.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think that sales have been a little more consistent. Even though, especially, I think I said this last week, I wasn't doing that much, and I think just life has been really. I'm playing catch up a lot. Past couple of weeks. But, I somehow sales were really consistent still this week. Not as much. It's always going in the weekend. So I'm hoping today it's going to pick back up. So, I always do really good during the weekend. I think Monday I had like around 30 that I could ship out. So,
nice.
So that was actually pretty good. Like for a weekend, I think the previous week was 25, so it is going up. Like how many sales I have. So as long as that keeps increasing, or
I love when you have to pack a lot on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
I don't know. I hate.
I love it. I like packing. That's one of my favorite. I love packing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know. I think it depends. I mean, so like yesterday, I think I packed 9 items yesterday or something, and they were all like super easy. I mean, I think, I'm trying to think, it had to be like 15, 20 minutes. Like it was really, really quick. Everything was just so easy to pack and ship. I had a bunch of flat items. I had like a t-shirt. Um, I mean, I think maybe two things that went in like 6x4x4 boxes I use all the time, and that's it. I didn't have to Frankenstein any boxes or change anything, and that's how
Did
I.
you have an item of the week? What was your item of the week for sale?
Oh my gosh, you're catching me off guard now. Where'd I put my phone?
You know, I asked that
Here
question.
it
I
is.
gotta look at my item for the item of the week.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
one in my mind that I think was the item of the week.
Let me see. I mean, I don't think I had anything really crazy. Sorry that we're putting some dead silence into this.
Nah, that's our. It's live and it's real,
Yeah.
uncut, junk jaw resale podcast where we do nothing but talk about junk.
Okay, so I did have a pair of Johnston and Murphy uh, black leather loafers that I sold for $100. That was pretty nice.
That's nice. That's bigger sale than I don't have a sale that big.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest sale. So like, I think. I mean, I could check. I did also sell Aaron Nola signed baseball for $66.
Mm.
That was pretty good. And some Oakley sunglasses for $50 that I bought when I was in high school. Well, my
Wow,
senior
really?
year. So my senior year of high school. Um, it was actually senior week down in Ocean City. Uh, I remember I don't know. I had so much money that my parents gave me for whatever whatever I wanted to use it for down there, and I bought myself. I'm pretty sure I just got my money back because I paid $50. I remember for these Oakley sunglasses. They were on clearance markdown, and I got $50 in, and they were all scratched. The lenses I already put in the description that they needed new lenses, the frame scratched and stuff like that. But
Wow.
so I basically got my money back.
So you
Um,
sold vintage Oakleys then?
yeah,
That's a long
yeah,
time.
yeah, because I bought them back in 2009.
Yeah. Wow, that's a all right.
So that's not quite vintage, but it's
No, but it's
yeah,
it's working its way there.
yeah.
No,
Well, no, it will be. I mean, well, wait, because that's like I said, 2009, so it's already been what
15 years.
15 years, so 5 more years they'd be vintage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
so that was
5 years will come and go. You won't even know. It's like wow.
I just me just saying 15 years since I graduated is it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurts.
I felt like I just stabbed
No.
myself in the chest.
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm done.
Well, I mean, I've had I posted some He-Men.
Oh, you
And
did?
sold a few of them for like
Okay.
30, one for 40, and 50. And then I had a couple small ones that I sold,
Okay.
eight to $10. But my sale of the week, not too big, was a Disney Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a ragdoll perfume.
Okay.
It's I bought it at the flea market for $2.50, and I sold it for 70.
That's good.
So yeah, this one right here.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yep.
That's good.
I've had it on there for I don't know, probably 4 months or so, and it was a 200% sell through item,
Mm-hmm.
and it took that long to sell.
Sometimes it just you don't know. Sometimes it just.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're always just going to be waiting for the right buyer to come along, and you know, depending on where you list it, how you list it, it all factors in that. How long it could sell. Um, I mean, it could take minutes for it to sell. It could take, you know, hours, days, months, years. Like you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, even though, I mean, I know the sell through rate. Having a higher sell through rate helps, and I no doubt, like those numbers really don't lie, but it you never know. Like stuff happens. Even I've seen stuff happen with glitches and stuff. Man, you're popular
I
today.
know. I know. It's like, wow. What does everybody want from me? It
Everything.
was my, it was my brother. It was Kenny. It was, I don't know. He's calling. I
Yeah.
don't know what he wants, but
Hopefully he's all right.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I might have to just text him back real quick to see
Yeah.
what's up.
I mean,
Oh, that's all right. No, we can still do the podcast. I mean,
yeah. No. I'm not saying we're gonna cut it off. I mean,
no,
sorry guys, this is it today.
no, this is it today. I've watched
Yeah.
some other podcasts, and dude, they just start. Yeah, I'll be right back, or
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, edit it out. You know. But um. So with this nice weather we've been having, and
I love it.
yeah, I'm telling you, like, because I'm seeing yard sales popping up. I think there's a community sale tomorrow, and then I think next couple weeks there's a couple of them. So I don't know. I'm I'm debating if I really want to go tomorrow to a community sale. I probably should now. Especially because so none of the viewers know I just bought a truck. So I
Yes, just bought a truck.
yep,
Nice truck. I seen it. It's what's that? A Hyundai, right?
yeah, Hyundai Santa Cruz, brand new 2024.
Yep.
So yep.
Look at that, man.
I
That's
know
awesome.
it feels good to kind of be rewarded for something you worked hard for.
Yeah.
And there honestly hasn't been a vehicle that I've really wanted this bad since. I mean, maybe like when I was in high school, I always liked the Acura Integras. That was like my car that I really wanted. And but I was at that time I had no job, no money. Like how am I even gonna? I just wanted whatever I could get. I didn't care.
Yeah, it was like a pipe dream.
Yeah. So, but it's nice to actually want something. As soon as I seen the Santa Cruzes come out, I was like, okay, I like that. I want that. Like that's I'm gonna get that. And I knew when I had bought my Elantra and back in 2021 that I knew I was going to trade up to a truck or SUV or something like that. And so, I mean, it happened a little sooner than I wanted to, uh, but hey, it's very very nice to just have get be able to go out and get something exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, that's really good. And
Yep.
congratulations on that too.
Thank-
My truck broke down last week. I was going to go to the
Yeah,
flea market. I went out there at 4 o'clock in the morning to go start it up, and it was like, good, 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 good,
I
good.
know. I know. I was
I,
down there. I'm like, where the heck are you?
somebody came over. I called a mobile mechanic, a
Mhm.
guy I found on Facebook, which I wound up knowing because he was one of the guys I sell stuff to, and he came over and fixed it for me. It cost me a little bit of money though, and
Mhm.
it cost me $400. Now it's up and running everything,
Yeah,
parts and all. So I've been running.
that's good.
My wife's still trying to talk me in. Well, no, maybe you turn this in and go buy a van.
Yeah,
I
go
don't.
go get a Santa Cruz.
Yeah, go to Santa Cruz. It's like why not?
They are one of the lower end price trucks out there. And I was looking. The reason I so the other one of the other models that I was kind of interested in was like the Ford Mavericks, but the Santa Cruz has a slightly larger bed, even though it is a small bed truck, but it's bigger than the Maverick. So
Yeah,
and like I said, they're one of the cheaper ones on the market. That's what made it more appealing.
good.
So yeah,
I mean, that's good. I'm glad you got what you wanted,
yep,
what you like.
oh
And
yeah. Somehow I had like a moment. I know he doesn't listen to this, but uh, my dad, I actually felt like he was proud of me yesterday. He came over and checked it out. He's like, man, I'm jealous. I'm like, okay, I actually did good because he didn't say anything bad about it.
that's
It's like one of those things that when you're showing your dad something or anything, you're like, man, he's like gonna pick every little thing out.
my dad, my father. He was never like it. Was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was like, I like to feel like, man, I made my dad proud.
Yeah.
That is a proud moment right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
So,
I
and
tell you,
especially,
my television broke down, so
oh no.
I come in and my TV won't turn on. It's red lights blinking. I did a soft and hard, reconnect, trying to redo it. Nothing came on. So, but I've been paying for a like an insurance thing on my cable bill. So
Okay.
it covers everything that if it's hooked to the internet, it's replaceable except for your phone, like my computers, video game systems, all that stuff.
Okay.
But they sell that to you. You don't read the fine print.
Mm-hmm.
So I called to make up to get my stuff, and which is not a problem. I called. They give you a company called Insuron, and you have to pay $109 up front.
Wow.
So I paid 109. It's better than buying a brand new
Yeah.
television. So I paid
Yeah.
109, and they give you a list of televisions to pick from that is compatible. That's around the same price range as yours. So I picked one yesterday. It said it was supposed to be delivered today, but never got the email. So I'll probably have to wait for my television. So it cost me a brand new TV like $109. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I mean, there's like, it sucks that there's expenses like that you got to deal with every once in a while, but at least you got it covered with that insurance. Because I feel like any kind of insurance I get or anything, they want to fight me tooth and nail, like for every little thing. They give me such a hard time. They're like, well, technically, it's not covered this much or what, something like, and they look for reasons to get out of it.
Yeah, they do.
Usually. So
Absolutely.
that's good. At least you got. Hopefully, you don't have to wait too much longer.
No,
They watch some football this weekend, right?
it was supposed to be Best Buy to deliver it to me. It was like, and they said,
Yeah.
oh, deliver to you tomorrow, Friday 13th.
Mm.
No email, no nothing yet. So, whatever.
Jeez. um. So, I was thinking. So, when you go to a thrift store, right? Like, what's the first area you head to? Like, where do you go?
All right, I go right to the video game section.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever there's a video game section at media, I head right over there.
Yeah.
And I go to the toys
Okay.
or electronics.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of like I kind of go over to like the hard goods. I don't know, like, because I guess when I go and like I kind of just make where I'm talking about, but I usually go and just make a left and there's like all the hard goods right there, and I kind of just work my way down the aisle, um, and then I might take a peek at the stuff that's all bagged up a little bit because it's all random stuff, and then I usually just work my way around. Like I'll check the back wall. I skip the clothing at first, but I check the back wall for any hats, and then I'll make my way over and I go to the toys. And then, because video games, I never really, honestly, I've never been that lucky at any thrift store to find video games. So I don't think I'm about to start being lucky, that lucky. Usually anything I do find is overpriced. So, but where do you go after the video games? You said
I go right to the toys.
toys. Okay. Now, like,
Always had luck in toys.
yeah. Now, like, what are we talking? What part of the toys do you look at the board game type stuff first, or do you look at and like maybe figures or like the bag stuff or
Well, as I walk, so my thrift store that I like to go to, it's usually when I go over to that section, it's video games, media, and then it goes into the board games,
mm-hmm.
over to the regular, looser, big toys, smaller toys, and bag toys.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk by slowly through the board games. I mean, slowly, but not super slow. I mean, maybe a minute, and then just glance around at the other until I get to the bag toys. Because I'm looking for somebody to make a mistake. So a lot of people don't know the board game stuff. They don't, it's because it's so put together so bad that your eyes don't know exactly where to look at.
Sure.
A lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times people don't know what they're looking at there.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the bag toys because I'm hoping that they make a mistake in those toys, which they do. A lot of times they do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to bag toys and then I'll go back to the middle section where there's just loose toys laying around and see if I can find anything, and then I'll go back over to the board games, board games, puzzles, just to see what's there. And if it's something I don't know, then I will look up. But
Yeah.
anything that I don't know, I'll grab and put in my cart because you can always look it up later on.
Yeah, yeah, I do the same thing. So I usually just make a pile in my cart, and then I find like a nice little corner that's kind of quiet. Nobody's
Yep.
down that area, so I can look everything up. But like when I do go through the board games, I kind of do quickly go through just a quick glance, but I'm looking only for sealed stuff the first round through. That way, because if it's sealed, then I'll grab it and then I scan it. It's pretty simple and easy. And then I usually, on my way out, like I'll go back over and just kind of look to see if there's any specific titles. Sometimes I don't know why. I just because you can get like brand new games. Most of the times, a lot of times I see them, they're only like $5 or something like that. It
Yep.
depends. And I like that because I don't have to worry about the pieces missing, any pieces missing or anything like that, and trying to figure out if it's all there. It's just a quick, easy type of thing. And I play a lot of games throughout the year. Sometimes I'll have like a game night with friends or something like that, and so I actually have a lot of games that I buy all the time for
That's
base.
cool.
I guess I collect them. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to, but I do.
It just happens that way, right?
Yeah,
I ran out of room. I started collecting board games.
dude, I need a cabinet. I need a huge cabinet. That's how many I have.
I had maybe 1 point, I don't know, a little over 100, and I was
Wow.
like, dude, board games take up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
And I started taking them to flea markets, selling them or
Yeah.
whatever online, and then I was left with a few of them that I just kind of gave away.
So I have them down here in my basement, and where I have them, it's like on like a little cart, and it's just the cart's just overflowing. Like I need to figure out another way. I think it's kind of stupid for me to have them down here anyway, because it's not like we ever play them down here. I need to just get like a shelf or like a pantry style like type cabinet
Mm-hmm.
and have it upstairs in like my dining room area, because that's where we play, and then I could just have them all right there and like.
Now, what's your favorite board game?
I don't know. I mean,
What's your favorite, and what's one that you're really good at?
really good at. Man, that's tough. I don't feel like I'm specifically good. I mean, see, that's the thing. We play a lot of party games, and that's just kind of like all luck. I mean, it's all most of it's luck. So I'll just say one classic game I really do enjoy playing. And I don't know why I've always liked this, but Payday.
Payday?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I don't know why I've always liked it. And to me, it's because I hate. I mean, I like Monopoly, but Monopoly is so long that I'm like, oh, come on. And then everybody plays it so differently.
Yeah. The
And
house
that,
rules, different
yeah,
rules. Yeah.
between that and like even like with Uno, people play Uno so differently. I do like playing Uno though.
I like Uno.
There's a lot of different Unos, and like I have the Uno Flip. Uno Flip is fun.
Yeah.
Um,
They
so
also
we
make
do,
ghosts.
yeah. There's a lot. Like, oh, I got recently I don't know, I didn't even really look at it too much, but I have this pack of like they look like regular playing cards, but apparently you can play Uno with them too.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I bought them probably a couple weeks ago, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like I get all these different Unos all the time. It's funny because I think maybe it's just something in the back of my head, but watch. I'm gonna look it up right now. But there was a Uno that my mom used to babysit all the time, and so she used to just get different games and card games and stuff. And she had this, I think it was like the Disney Princess Uno, and I could not believe. I remember. See, that one's new. I don't know. I have to look. There's one. There's one kind of Uno that was going for like a lot of money. Like it was like one of those Disney type ones. Even if it was used, it was still like I want to say like $40-$50.
Wow.
And so I'm gonna look real quick, but it was 2002. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are like some like you can find and bring. I just typed in Disney Princess Uno, but it's bringing up other ones like Disney Channel Uno from 2008, $33 brand new. I mean, it's just a car. You usually can pick them up like brand new in the stores for like $5 to $10.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I did have a art. They said they had like these art series Unos too, and I did find one probably about 4 years ago, and that one was worth a lot. I think I got close to $100 for that one.
Wow.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
some Unos are decent. I don't know, what the prices are. They've stabilized.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh my god. I think I had that one. Hold on. Okay, never mind. Now I was see. This is why you don't look at the actives first, because I got really excited. Well, kind of excited and mad. I'm like, I had this one, and this one I had listed for 1,000, and I go, and I'm like, well, actually, there are no sold ones. So wait, there is $50, but
some people's actives are just ridiculous.
Yeah. So the artist series ones are ones to look out for, too. So yep. It's some of the actives are crazy because I don't know who would even price $1,000 when it's sold for $50.
Right.
The next one under that, I think, is like $150. So how do you? Unless the only thing I can think of, I know sometimes, I guess depending on the time, some people will raise the price just to put a hold on it because if somebody is supposed to make an offer or something like that or come in and buy it. That way they can, because there's no way to hold anything on eBay. So I know there's a couple times I've done that where I raise the price by like such money, and I just tell them, hey, when you get a chance, because sometimes communication can be delayed. People, they work, they have a busy life and all. Like, there's no way. I'm sure when I worked retail, I couldn't respond right away half the time. I'm busy with other customers or doing different things, and so I get it. That's why I raise the price sometimes. I know other people have done it too, where you raise it, they send you an offer.
Dude, I just thought about something real fast. It is like well off the beaten path.
Oh gosh.
You ever seen the Costco guys? We're the Costco guys.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we should do. Listen, we're the flea market guys.
Yeah.
We're a flea market guy. We got a slice of pizza in our hand as we walk around the flea market.
No, we don't have a slice of pizza. We made sure we got ones.
Yeah. We sure we're flea market guys.
Change.
We always carry a thing of ones as we walk around the flea market.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, sure we're flea market guys. We stop and get a hot dog. Give this hot dog go boom, boom, boom.
Go over to the Amish market over there. Like, we always stop and get a wing platter or something.
Yeah, we always stop and get a roast beef platter.
Yeah.
Sure we're flea market guys.
Sure we're flea market guys. We're always going to ask if you'll go down in price.
Yeah. You're right. I mean,
we're flea market guys. We're always going to ask if you have video games for sale.
We're always going to ask you got video games.
Like that, I know that's always the number one question. And it is, I think I've said this before, but it's always the, and I don't know why, but it's always the sign that I see that demonstrates that somebody's a reseller or not. Because at yard sales, like, people were literally, oh, you got any video games? You got any video games? That's
But you know what? I was doing that before that became popular. I mean, we're talking. I would say around 2019. That's when everybody started going crazy, and then they started watching all the YouTube channels and learning. I can be a reseller. But what happened back in 2015? Nobody was doing it back then, and I was killing it with video games.
Yeah,
I'd get video games from every house I went to.
Wow.
For nothing. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird because, so with video games, so I know there was a period of time where people didn't really see much value in some of the older systems, and now they're starting to see it. Like, whether it's an older Nintendo, like Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, like anything, I feel like if it's not the last previous system, then it's worth something. That's how I feel now. Like if as long as it's not the last one. So, the Xbox One isn't as valuable, but if you know Xbox 360 is probably gonna start getting up there. So actually, kind of goes in with one of my other questions. So I was gonna say like, what makes like you know how they have the limited edition consoles and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like how do you know? Like what's the difference that makes them more valuable than a standard console when it's not really too much difference besides cosmetically?
Well, like you said, it's limited. It's a limited system.
Yeah.
That's what drives the, and they don't do a limited system over anything that's not popular. So it's
Mm-hmm.
popular and then everybody wants it, but they already have a lot of people like already have a PlayStation 4 system or PlayStation 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't need that right now, so I don't want to spend a lot of money. But they only made a certain amount of them, and they're just cooler looking. They're just
Yeah.
cool, like the Red Spider-Man system, like the what's it, Days of Play PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I love that system.
Okay.
Um, it's just they made limited quantities. Everybody wants them, and they're just
Yeah.
harder to find. That's what makes the price go up on those consoles.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just I don't know. I guess I see what you're saying because I mean it's like that with a lot of things. Whether it's like the bobbleheads, I guess it's just so different in seeing that in something that you would use instead of putting on a shelf just for display.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like me selling a lot of sports memorabilia all the time. You know, you buy that, it might be limited edition, but it's just gonna sit there. Um, at the end of the day, when it's a console, you know, am I gonna? Sometimes, at least me, I'm cheap. I'm cheap, so I'm not gonna want to even get the limited edition one a lot of times because I'm like, well, the regular one's probably gonna be cheaper, and you know, just a standard one, and it does the same thing.
It does, but and that's
Yeah,
where it comes down. Are you you wouldn't be a collector of that stuff. That would come
yeah,
down to like
yeah,
a select,
exactly. Like you, yeah.
like me. I would, there's a new
Hmm.
Switch Lite system that's coming out.
Hmm.
The new Zelda game. It's good. That's limited. They're not going to make a ton of those. They never said it was limited, but
Yeah,
we already know it's going to be limited because it's the end of the life cycle of the
exactly.
Switch. It's probably the last Switch Lite they're going to make, and
Hmm.
anything Zelda they make for like 3DSs and 2DSs, all the price of those things have went up. That is
Yeah.
the only Switch Lite that I need when that comes. I have a whole complete
Hmm.
Switch Lite set, so
Okay.
that's the only one I need out. That'll be a complete Switch Lite set that I have. So
So going into like how big you are on video games all the time, did you hear about the PS5 game that they recalled?
oh, you mean you talking about Concord?
Hmm.
That's the one they took off the eShop, and then it was like they stopped. And that game is what, $150 now,
Yeah,
160.
yeah. So I was gonna go into that. Like, yeah, that's uh, sold on eBay were $100 to $200
Yeah.
from what I've seen, and it only retail for $40, which was pretty cheap. It's a very reasonable price for a new game that came out. But
Well, I understand why people had a problem with that game, because the game looked like it was just a regular. What they did was that game was in like 8 years of development time, and
mm,
what happened was it come out just to be like an Overwatch. I don't know if you know what Overwatch is. It's like a maybe an 8 person versus 8 person shooter. You do 4 person versus
hmm
4 person online, and that's all it was. So you went 8 years in to develop in this game that it looks just like any other random game. People rather play Fortnite. It's the same thing,
but then
maybe better.
I'm just confused. Like, if it's that bad of a game, why do people want to spend $150?
Now, well, that's where it becomes the issue, is because anything that gets delisted from off the eShop,
Mm-hmm.
the physical copies automatically go up. But
Oh,
now, listen, I never bought the game. I will never play the game, but I want the game now.
yeah. So if you come across it and it's you know a fair price, I'm sure you're gonna add it to your collection.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I better believe it. I'm going to add it. I'm going to keep it. I have over. I don't have a big PS5 collection right now. I have a little over 100 and some games for the PS5.
Okay.
So, which is, I mean, it's fair. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty decent collection.
I can imagine that a lot of the Concord games are going to stay sealed then.
They're going to stay sealed. Nobody's going to play it.
Which over time, I think that's just going to decrease the value.
It will probably decrease the value.
Yeah. So over time, it's just not going to go up. It's going to go down.
It's just a spike.
Or it might just stay the same. Yeah. Because, yeah, it's crazy. I did see that, and I was like, I got to talk about it on the show this week because I'm like, how often does anything like that like recalled? I mean, has there been any other video games that you can think of that's been recalled and like that? Like,
there was the not like that, but there was a Mario All-Star pack for the Switch, a Nintendo put out, and said we're going to sell this up to a certain date, and after that date, that's it. We will not sell it any longer. And every store that had it, they recalled it back because all the stores were supposed to send the game back into Nintendo, and some of them didn't. But now that game's $75 to $100.
I wonder, do you think that Nintendo took them back and just vaulted them then? And
Probably
like,
so.
maybe in like 20 years, like, hey, we still have these, and then they're going to bring them out, and then they're going to sell them themselves.
I was smart. I bought a bunch of them. I have some sealed copies put away.
Okay.
I don't know where they're exactly at because I'll put things in bins and I shove them away. And I do have a copy back here or over there. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's crazy how things are recalled sometimes like that. And I know I showed you this one, the magazine with Cal Ripken, the Sports Illustrated, with the nice bulge down below. It's just funny because it's the way his cup was sitting that it just looked like that, and
that's just the way it made it look.
Yeah, he did not like it. It got pulled off the shelves. Now I think over time, like they were valuable, and then maybe there was just more that were left out there than people thought. And it happens a lot of times over the years, especially with now the internet and stuff. When that came out, the internet and eBay wasn't nearly, it wasn't. Well, what I don't even know what year eBay was founded, but
it was in the
crap. That was a trivia question. Like now,
I would say 94.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think this was a 96. So either way, it was still in its early stages. Nobody really understood it probably enough, to the point where it was a large quantity of them on there. And I know over time, that's how a lot of things came down in value because people thought that a lot of, especially if it said limited edition or, it's just they never seen it before. All of a sudden, people put it on eBay or online for sale. There's hundreds of them. I'm like, what? I thought I had one of the only ones, because you've gone through your past 15, 20 years or whatever that you never seen one. But there's hundreds of them out there. And
hundreds.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that changed a lot.
It does mean a lot. But I tell you what, there's some things that just sell really, really well. Like Mario Kart on the Wii. I always bring that up as an example. Like, I mean, if I had 10 million of them, I'm going to sell 10 million in 1 year. I don't know who keeps buying these games, but dude, there's thousands of them, and they sell hundreds and hundreds every single day. I don't know how.
It's probably just one of those games that would, it's very. I don't know. It's like a staple in that console, like, you know what I mean? It's like one of the, like, I mean, even because Mario Kart has been around for years. I remember playing on Super Nintendo, you know what I mean, and what it's evolved to, and even like any of the Mario Karts, it's just one of those franchises of that style, like, game that is probably going to go on forever.
But I mean, I figured those people it had to be an amount of people who's purchasing this game on eBay. I mean, is that many people wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I need a Mario Kart on the Wii? And there's just hundreds and hundreds of them?
Well, maybe it's just one of those games that no matter what, that's the game that you want to play when you have a Wii. You know, so if I go out right now, I go buy myself a Wii. I'm like, I don't want a Wii unless I have that game. If I can get a hold of that game, because that's, maybe it's just
There's
how important it
statistics.
is to the console.
How many Wii's are sold compared to how many Mario Kart Wii's are sold
Yeah,
every single day?
true.
Because, dude, there's going to come out at a time when
Yeah,
I don't know. Like maybe I'm wrong. I don't. But
yeah.
it almost
Also,
feels like everybody who had a Wii should have already had Mario Kart Wii.
maybe, maybe. I don't
I'm
know,
telling you, you if
but
I could sell one every day if I could list them. I sell them every day.
yeah, I mean, there's got to be some math to that because you figure. I mean, there's a lot of games that they get all scratched up or damaged or different things where they're never going to play the same again, and so maybe that factors into. I don't know. I'm throwing it out there, but
Maybe.
it's yeah. People were just that's the only game they've ever put in their Wii, and then it just went up like it just the cycling of it going around and around just it wore out. It's done.
Well, I tell you,
It's
I've been going through my death pile. I
okay.
started going through it. I started taking a bin at a time.
Yeah,
So I've made
sounds
it
like
through
me.
a couple bins. I've already. So first bin was like nothing but video games, dude, just
Hmm.
video games and Blu-rays. And I came across some more rarer Blu-rays, like Sling Blade. I knew it.
Okay.
I got
Um,
Sling Blade on Blu-ray. It's like $40.
really? Wow.
Um, the Devil Has a Darter. I got that on DVD.
Never heard of it.
It's like a $50 DVD.
Wow. I mean,
Um,
yeah, it's
and then
obscure
some
like that.
other like $10 Blu-rays. But then I found 3 Mario Kart Wii's in the bin. I found a bunch of GameCube stuff. I found and this is my first bin, Sega Saturn, a GameCube with the Game Boy player on the bottom,
Oh
and
wow.
some Nintendo stuff. The second one I opened up that I started working out of, I got I'm about to start doing my YouTube channel, just taking a bin at a time and
Hmm.
showing what I have in my
Yeah,
bag.
I mean that's probably smart.
I think that might be a good idea. And the
Yeah.
second one I opened up had another Sega Saturn in it, a whole book of Saturn games, um, a bunch of Saturn accessories, uh, old Disney coloring books, never
Wow.
used, um,
Color books? Huh.
a Pepe jacket. It's like denim, you know,
Okay.
vintage. It's vintage, and a couple other things I can't remember, but I remember where I have bought every single thing from. I remember how much I paid
Yeah.
for it. Every single thing I've ever bought.
Yeah. Yep. I think for the most part, for how long we've been doing it, we can pinpoint in our minds, like at least around what we paid, like just looking. Okay, because in your mind like what you would usually pay or what you want to pay for it, and then I mean when you paid more than what you wanted to, and
Yeah.
then you remember when you got a really good deal on something too. So you still, I think it's a lot easier to remember what you paid than I think a lot of people give credit for. Like
I
it's,
bought that Saturn with the book of games
uh huh,
from North Point Flea Market 4 years ago, and I paid $25 for it all.
mm,
That was a heck of a deal. One of the games there, Sonic R, loose is $100
wow,
just in the book.
yeah, yeah, I love that because it doesn't take much.
I am going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to. That's going to be a part of my channel. I've already filmed a couple videos though,
Yeah,
not of that, but I'm going to film a couple
yeah,
videos.
there you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And
Do
my
like a
channel
haul
name is
per
going to
week
be
or something.
it's Resell Rundown.
Okay,
That's my channel name.
okay, there you go.
So, yeah,
Resell rundown.
Resell Rundown. I already made the page and all. I just have to.
People are like, "What the heck is going on with all these R's?" I got triple R and resell rundown.
Resell Rundown.
Hmm.
Jump jaw.
It's funny because I used to when I first started selling, I don't know why, but I used to go like, and especially because I used to mainly do mostly sports memorabilia and autograph memorabilia, and it used to be RRR autographs. And I just like RRR, yeah, like a pirate or something.
Where's the
But
boy?
yeah, I don't know why I did like, but then I was like, no, it just makes more sense doing triple R. My dad, it's funny because he has the same name as me, so that's where it comes from. Is between my initials is all R across the board,
Yeah.
and so is his, and so I think at some point when he was working somewhere, I know people called him Triple R, so that's why I think I've
That's cool.
yep
That's
Triple
cool.
R Junior.
Trouble. Give me that booty.
Yeah. So
That's great.
yeah. So you are going to the flea market tomorrow?
Going to flea market tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay,
I have a load in the truck that I picked up on Tuesday.
that's good.
Uh, I left it in the truck, and somebody took a couple boxes out of my truck.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to buy a shed to put in the back
Yeah.
just for that. And then
That or yeah, it's either that or you got to get a cover for your truck or something like at least so to make it a little harder for people to get into it. Or
yeah,
yeah, I even that's the one thing like I already know I want a cover for my truck, for that bed. I mean, it's just one of those things that I think no matter what, I mean, even if I had something in the back and I'm running to the grocery store, I don't want anybody like peeking in there. It's just a little bit more peace of mind. I
I
mean,
just
there's
wish
no
people
way.
leave their hands to themselves.
I know, but that's not how the world is anymore.
I
Unfortunately,
know it's not. It's
you
not.
know, people just don't have respect anymore.
They don't.
It's sad, but
I know my son was like, "Well, I'm going to to the gym, and I'll be back a little bit later." And I said, "I know you guys want to go to bed. Just leave the door unlocked." I'm like, "I'm not leaving my front door unlocked. You're out
uh,
of your
uh,
mind, bro." This is like 1912.
yeah,
Like, you can't get away with that,
like
no.
you might as well leave the keys in the ignition of your truck too, right?
That's it. Just go ahead.
Maybe as long as they bring it back, whoever takes it, they bring it back with a full tank of gas, right?
Yeah, just bring it back. Just bring it back. Just watch out how you drive.
Yeah.
I left my Hyundai. I left the back window busted out.
Hmm.
It's I mean, I could just get a window and
Yeah.
I could put it in myself. Guy told me, "Hey, give me $50, I'll put it in." I'm like, they're still around looking. The neighbor across the street went and called my daughter to call me because there was a couple kids last week just going over into the window and
Hmm.
peeking in. They didn't know she was. It was at nighttime, like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they were across the street. She was across the street and seen them, and then they took off running. They're just looking to steal it again. I'm like, why am I gonna just
Yeah.
want to bust it out again?
Yeah. I know it is kind of terrifying, with all that. Now it doesn't matter as much. Even now, I know they were targeting the Hondas for a while, but now, I mean, they're targeting all kinds of vehicles. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It, you know, it just started with the Hyundais and Kias, where it was going viral on TikTok, and I mean, they tried to get mine, they tried to
yep,
get my wife's, but luckily, I have the push start, and hers is too new, so even though they messed up the whole steering wheel column on hers, and that was a lot of you know, just to go through and drop her off her vehicle for I think probably like a little over a week to get fixed or so, but. She did have a nice rental car though. Uh, uh, Nice Audi. Yeah,
rental cars are always nice when you get a
dude.
rental.
Yeah. Well, they because at the time when she did it, so many people were having the same issue where their Hondas and Kias were getting broken into, and they at the rental place they had I think there was a Jeep and the Audi, and then they had Hondas, and they're like, "Look, we're not going to give you another Hyundai, especially if you are, there's no point at it. That'll probably get broken into." So they at that point they weren't even giving people Hondas as much because they didn't want to have to deal with that either, and I don't blame them.
Yeah,
But she didn't want the Jeep. She didn't want like SUV or Jeep or anything like that. She's like, fine, I'll take the Audi, and that thing was nice, like leather seats, and I mean, it was so fancy that the mirrors would like fold in when turn it on and off the car, like it would open up and
Oh,
fold.
I get it. That's
I'm like,
nice.
that is wild. Like I don't understand the need for that, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
Audis are nice. They
yeah,
really are.
yeah. I think I mean, it's still one of those vehicles that it does cost like a lot. Like if you have like a part go up, that's always in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, they've always made like very nice looking and comfortable like cars. But, let's see. I'm trying to think what else I got. Oh, so I was talking about we were talking about yard sales and how they're heating back up and stuff because nicer weather and stuff. So looking at an ad for a yard sale or estate sale, like what do you look for?
Well, yard sales, I look for so a lot of times they'll leave pictures of what they have.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's the week's previous yard sale that
Mm-hmm.
you may have missed. I'm not going to those because
Oh
they've
yeah.
already put all that stuff out, and you know when they've already had that yard sale.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it. It's not it.
Yeah.
Um, and then if they do have like stuff, they'll take a picture and it'll be a random thing and it'll be in their house, and I'll try to pinpoint what can be in there or what would be in there, and then I'll even send them a message and ask them a question if they have certain things. Would you like to say? I'll even ask them if they want to sell it early. I really would. Can I do this?
Yeah.
I may not be able to show up. Da da da. So forth and so on. And they'll give me all. They'll give me all types of answers. They may tell me what they have or how much they have it for, and sometimes they'll tell me it's only for the sale. If just be out here, show up this time, da da
Yeah.
da. But I look for the video games. I look for collectibles. I look for antiques. Anything I make a couple of dollars off of. And estate sales, I'll look see if I can see if they have price tags on it and what kind of price tags are on
Mm-hmm.
each individual thing, because then you get a kind of a feel for what they're going to charge for the items.
Exactly.
So
I definitely always look for at least at estate sales. I'm always definitely trying to see if it's not run by an estate sale company. If it's just run by the
yeah,
family.
that's well
Um,
run by family.
yeah, it's just because you never know what you're walking into when it is. I mean, regardless, but the probability of you finding a lot of stuff for like fair prices is very, very. It doesn't happen often anymore. I feel like whenever it's run by an estate sale company.
No, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, especially the first day is basically completely a waste. It's always overcrowded. You usually have to grab a number, wait for your number to be called to go in, and it's just the I'm never finding anything. At least I don't understand. It's the I can't remember the last time I really bought anything on the first day. Well, I think last time I went to one, the last sale I did go to, it was the first day, but I walked out there with like two or three items when if it if it was priced better and that kind of stuff, I'm sure I would have bought way more. And I was mainly going there for one item, and that item was overpriced anyway. And I don't know how they sold it almost instantly, but this Orioles jersey that was older, like I get they said they contacted the Orioles and they said it was like issued to like a minor leaguer or something, but I have no idea. But you could definitely tell it was an older jersey, but I know it was already out of my price range. I think they wanted. I think they might have gotten like at least $500 for it or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and it was the whole uniform too. Actually, it wasn't just the jersey. I think it was the pants and the hat or something. And so I mean, it's cool to find a whole uniform that belonged to a player, but it wasn't even a name that I think anybody heard of. That's why they contacted the Orioles themselves
Orioles. Yeah.
to find info on it. But I
I
mean,
don't mind paying up for items as long
yeah,
as I'm going to make something off of them.
yeah,
I like now I'm as I don't mind buying a collection. I want to get into buying collections off of people.
yeah,
Bigger collections. That's what I'm kind of into now. I think I'm going to kind of focus on,
yeah,
and then maybe start just doing Doing lockers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to start getting into doing lockers.
Yeah. I think if I had more overall room, I could do the lockers, especially now that I have a truck that I can haul stuff a little bit now. Now I haven't bought too many collections, even though I know I go by triple R collections. I haven't bought anything crazy large in a collection in a while. Um, I I think mainly it's because I haven't had the space. I bought too many large collections, and I just haven't had the space. And I think the past couple collections I did buy, that I kind of like, especially like a little bit larger, medium sized collections, that it didn't. I wasn't satisfied by the full purchase of it. If that makes sense. I know, and this has been a little while. Like, I know one of the last ones I bought, I had to, like, we're talking about, like, sometimes you will pay up, if as long as you're gonna make money on it. Well, I had to buy. I was trying to buy this football, this autograph football, and I forget who was on it, but I want to say Joe Paterno was on it. There's some other college like head coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's what I mainly had gone to the sale for. But in order to get that, I bought all this other stuff to get that football, and then I still haven't even listed the football, and I've had it for a while now.
Wow.
I don't know why. I did sell some of the other stuff, but
that's just the way it works, though. That's
yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, and that sale, it was just so much work. Some of the stuff, well, a lot of it smelled like smoke, and trying to clean it up, and I probably shouldn't have bought. I should have just walked away. And they did. It, have you ever? So when you've gone to a sale and then you give them your number, and you're like, and at first you're kind of like, yeah, you know what, I'll come back. Well, this isn't the first time I've done this, but then they called or texted me and trying to get me to come back, and I just ignored it.
Yeah,
That's probably bad business, but
I've done that.
Yeah, because
we've all listened.
salty
If
about it.
anybody said they have it, they're lying.
Yeah,
we've all done that.
Yeah, I just don't want them to think that I took advantage of them. But I feel like that deal went as far as I wanted to go at that point, because it's just not. It didn't. I mean, it's worth it, but it's still work, and I don't feel like putting in.
Yeah. Well, when you buy these collections and you got smaller items, and you have a lot of them, like that collection that I bought. It's been a few years now. That big video game collection that I bought, dude. That's a lot of work to put in. I still have every video game system from that collection. I have probably 150, 200 manual. I say manuals, the strategy guides.
Okay, yeah.
I probably have a couple hundred regular manuals from real good games. I have all the handhelds. Mm-hmm. I have stuff that like people's never even seen before. There's none on eBay. I still have that kind of stuff, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
a lot of work.
When you buy like a bunch of pieces, like, I mean, even there's cards that I bought recently. Like, I'm still working my way through. I'm slowly. What I see, it's just how I prefer to list, because I don't want to drown myself in the same item and listing and repeatedly just wear myself out. That's how I get burnt out. If I'm just repeatedly listing the same type of item, and it's just like, and it's not really exciting. I mean, it can be a little bit like listing cards, but it's not like it just gets too repetitive. So I still have a little bit left in that bag. I think I pulled some out. Like, I'm like listing 5 or so every few days. Like, I got a stack here. I got a list. And this one's out of 5, and it's still, I still haven't listed it. But it's just one of those things that it just gets too repetitive. I mean, those stickers, it took me over a month, I think, to get all those stickers done.
Wow.
And that was a lot of stickers, but still, just sometimes, even if you have a lot of stuff, just to even sort through it, because not everything's even going to be worth it, or you got to figure out how you want to sell it. some things are going to need work. It's a lot to think about when
it's a lot, and a lot of people don't think about that when you're doing it. You have to kind of come up how much time and effort you're going to put in these things. It's not just how much it is time you're going to just take to list it or ship it. It's maybe having to look the values up, to make sure you're right in the right market, to know the errors, how much you have to move it, how much space you're going to use. It's just time.
It's kind of weird because it's totally different than buying one item at a time, piece by piece versus a whole collection, because at the same time it's hard to put together to figure when you see a collection exactly what you should pay. And that's why you need to get the collections for the cheapest amount as possible. I think a lot of people don't always understand that. They're seeing, you basically have to count how many items there are, and this is how much I'm going to pay per piece. And if you do it individually, of course you're going to get a little bit more. Like those cards, I think I was trying to get down to like around, it was $2.50 a piece or something like that, and like that's how I had to look at it. Okay, this is what I want to pay per piece. If they were individually, sure, I might have, like this card, it was out of 5. I don't even know that, but just seeing it's out of 5, I'm like, okay, I might actually paid more individually for that. But at the same time,
right. But then you got everybody on the flip end. It's like, oh, you're going to sell it online and make a bunch of money. Well, I'm going to make more money than what I paid for it.
Yeah.
But there's still, between where I paid for it and how much I sell it, there's that point of where I have to do work. I have to this. I have to worry about the returns. I have to do the shipping. It costs me selling fees. It does this. So I don't make as much money as you think I make off an object.
And then when you buy the collections, you're not getting into all of it right away. And most of the time you're not. And when people come to me and they want to sell me a collection, I'm and I give them my price. And to me it's an incentive that I'm going to buy it all. You know what I mean? That's the deal. I'm going to give you as much as I can give you, or I feel, just by piecing it, like just seeing how many pieces there are, I'm going to give you as much as I feel like I can give. But at the end of the day, I don't need to buy it. You know what I mean? And I use that as a kind of a negotiating tactic, because I don't really necessarily have the space to buy collections like I used to right now. So I just tell them like, hey, I don't need to buy it. This is where I'm at. We might be $100 off or something like, something like that. I'm like, look, I have no wiggle room because I don't need to buy it.
Yep.
And it's, I think I had one guy that I was dealing with for like a little while, and we meet up every few months, 2 or 3 months. And one of the times I went, met up with him, we had just done a deal probably a couple months prior to that. And, I had to use that. I mean, I had to use like, look, I haven't even touched this stuff that I got from you last time. He's like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, you got to get that stuff listed. And I'm like, it's just me. And there was plenty of other stuff I bought prior to that I've been working on too. I can't, as much as I would love to dive in on the stuff that I got from you, it just depends on, I have too much,
It's just what it is.
If you spend a lot of money on something, you definitely sometimes want to dive right in, to kind of recoup some of that cost back. And I do that sometimes. I think I did that a little bit. That's why I jumped in on these cards, because I'm like, what did I say? I can't remember. Was it like 140? I think I said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not crazy amount, but me putting 140 in, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get on these a little bit, get some of them, at least half of them listed, which I did. And that way I can try to start recouping some of that cost. I haven't yet. I haven't even sold one yet, but at least they're out. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I did that. I mean, I try to do that all the time. You want to try to get, that way you can keep moving forward at least. Because no matter what, if you recoup those costs, you can sell the rest for whatever. It won't matter. Like, say if I absolutely needed to sell something and get rid of it, make room, anything, it's had some kind of tragedy happened where I needed to absolutely move the stuff, it's kind of nice that I don't have to think about if I'm going to lose money on it or not, because then I'm already ahead.
Yep.
It is good to dive right in sometimes. But.
It is. Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
I like to take my time and just sit back.
Yeah.
I know we have the trivia still.
Oh yeah. You wanna go into trivia?
You want to jump on the trivia?
All right.
This segment is sponsored by Junk Jaw Reseller Podcast. Welcome to Junk Jaw Trivia.
All right, guys. So, again, if you comment the correct answer to any of the answers that Jay gets wrong, you will be entered in to win a $10 gift card. We're doing this every 2 weeks span where you can get where you'd be entered. So you do it this week, you do it again next week. That's 2 chances to win a $10 McDonald's gift card. All right.
Don't laugh at me when I get it wrong. It's like,
yeah. And feel free, if there's a different, like maybe a different spot, that's a chain that you guys want us to give out for the next gift card, let us know, because we're doing this for you guys. It's we're gonna have fun with it, but we'd like to get whatever gift card you guys want in your hands. So,
that's right.
But all right, so dun dun dun.
Question number 1.
All right, what was the first item ever sold on eBay? Start off with a hard one.
A clock.
Nope. It was a broken laser pointer.
Broken laser pointer.
So that's crazy that the first item that was ever sold on eBay was a broken item.
Laser pointer.
And you know what I mean? Like it's something that's broken. It didn't even work.
Wow. I wonder if he had a return.
I think returns were much harder back then, weren't they? All right. Which country leads the world in online shopping?
United States of America.
Nope. China.
Wow, really? Well, I should have figured. They got 1 billion people.
All right. Question number 3.
Look at that, 2 wrong in a row.
I know, that's 2 chances if you put the correct answer in the comments that you can win. You could possibly win a gift card. So you already gave them 2 chances.
Come on, guys.
They pay any attention to the video. All right. Question number 3. What percentage of people have made an impulse buy online while in their pajamas?
Wow.
Wait, it is multiple choice.
Oh, I'll take it.
Okay, so A, 25%, B, 50%, C, 75%.
75%.
50%.
I was going to say 50 before you gave me the multiple choice.
So you would have benefited from not having the multiple choice. That's funny. All right. Which item holds the record for the most expensive eBay sale ever? Multiple choice.
Okay.
A painting. B, a yacht. C, a jet.
A jet.
Correct. Finally, you got one correct. For $168 million.
Yeah, a jet. Yeah, I know. I knew that answer.
$168 million. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine having a $168 million sale.
$168 million return.
Hey, your return. Hey, eBay's happy about their cut on that one, I'm sure.
Damn, I found out it was broke when I was flying.
Yeah.
Man, like the engine shut off. Like, this thing is going back.
Customer reason for return did not fit. It wouldn't fit in my hanger.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in my hanger. Hey, what first world problems?
Yeah. All right. Question number 5. It's a true or false. eBay was originally called Auction Web.
False.
True.
Really?
Yeah. Could you
Auction web.
imagine us saying, I sold this on Auction Web?
Yeah, I sold this on auction web. Yeah, that don't, man, that
It
rang.
doesn't. Yeah. eBay does sound better. All right. Question number 6. What's the most popular day of the week for online shopping? Multiple choice. A, Monday. B, Friday. C, Sunday.
Let's go with Sunday.
It is A, Monday. Which I think that is crap.
Really?
Because I'm not selling. I don't know. I don't think I sell more things on Monday than I do.
Neither do I.
You can blame ChatGPT for these questions. So, all right. Question number 7. How many eBay listings are live at any given time? Multiple
Oh, wow.
choice. A, 100 million. B, 1 billion. C, 1.7 billion.
1.7 kinds of. 1 billion. If I'll say, well, yeah, 1 billion. It's
1
1.7
billion?
billion.
Huh? What's your final
1
answer?
billion. 1 billion.
1.7.
I was going to say 1.7 because it sounded like, so 1.7 billion.
It was so specific.
Yeah, it was like 1.725 billion. Like, what?
It's all right. Look, it doesn't matter if you get the answers right because you're giving our viewers, our listeners, more chances to win.
More chances to win. Heart disease. No.
I mean, all they have to do is put down one of these questions to answer these questions. So if they're listening at any point throughout this, all
right.
you have to do is list one of them because
Yes.
so far you've only got one correct, right?
Well, I got one right, I think.
I said I was gonna try not to make it hard on you.
It was all
This
eBay
one wasn't
questions.
that bad. I know. All right. 8. What was the strangest thing ever sold on eBay?
Oh, there's a lot of
Multiple
strange
choice.
things. Wow.
A grilled cheese with the Virgin Mary. B, a haunted rubber duck. C, a human soul. D, all of the above.
All the above.
Correct.
I sold a haunted box one time.
Oh, so you kind of in that category yourself.
Yeah, it was funny, dude. It was me and my brother. I went to see what would sell.
Yeah.
This guy paid $100 and some for a haunted box.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. They bought it.
They did.
All right. Question number 9. Which category sees the highest sales volume on eBay? It's multiple choice. A, fashion. B, electronics. C, collectibles.
I say electronics.
Correct. You should know. I mean, video games are your specialty.
Right.
That falls in that category.
You know, fashion's huge too, but like,
yeah, it
a
is.
lot of it's big. It's still big.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, that one was almost, I feel like, kind of a trick question because so collectibles. If you click on eBay, I feel like they're so focused around collectibles now. It's like it's insane. And so that, I think that category, that's got to be high up there next to that electronics. But
Gotta be.
yeah, but what helps?
Clothes too, like.
Yeah. Now they did just have. I knew eBay, I think, did some kind of fashion week recently too. They hosted some kind of fashion week thing. So I know they're all of these are very popular categories.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But all right, so you got one more question left.
All right,
All
let's
right.
see if I can hit 40%. That's a failing grade.
This is good because it's true or false. So
Oh,
you got a
50%
50-50
chance.
shot. All right. eBay once auctioned off a town.
True.
True. Surprisingly. It was Bridgeville, California, and it was sold in 2002 on eBay. I don't know the price. I wish I might have to look up the
Yeah,
price.
I'd like to know how much that went for.
Let's see. I'm gonna Google it because that was pretty interesting.
I mean, I want to buy a town. Think about that. Like I think I remember seeing that.
You do?
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna look to see. And I don't know. Oh, 1.8 million.
Well, I mean, if I'm rich, I'd buy it.
Yeah. Hey, you can be a self-proclaimed mayor.
Yeah, name an eBay town.
Yeah. But guys, if you paid any attention to our trivia and the questions that Jay got wrong,
Yes.
please put the correct answer down because I gave you the correct answers. It's not that hard. You just had to listen to me and Jay,
That's all you had to do. You just had to listen.
and you were entered. So, and again, if you do it this week and you do it next week, that's 2 chances in total to win a $10 McDonald's gift card.
That's right.
Buy as many McDoubles, coffees, whatever you want that $10 can buy.
Big Macs, iced coffee.
Yep. Anything you want. You got breakfast, lunch, dinner covered on us. So.
Yes. Double. What's that? Double. Double patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I had a Big Mac. Yes, I think it was yesterday, or was it? I don't know. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. But I used my rewards at a free Big Mac. So.
Oh, you got a free Big Mac?
Yeah. Yep.
I'd go for a double chocolate chip cookie. That's stupid. Can it make it? Double chocolate cookie.
My wife had the triple cheeseburger. I'm like, what? Why would you do that?
Triple cheeseburger?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Really? They got a triple cheeseburger?
Yeah, that's too much.
Wow.
It's too much. They're trying everything. They're trying to, you know. Yeah, she had a triple cheeseburger. I'm like, nah, that's a lot. That.
Yeah. Next episode, we'll have the trivia for him.
Yep. So next week I get to answer the questions. Jay gets to shoot them at me. So, yep.
And then I figure since we're going to do the McDonald's, so after that episode, we'll give the McDonald's gift card away the following episode. But we'll go and him and I will study the McDonald's menu, and we'll go back and forth until somebody can't answer what's on the menu any longer.
Oh my gosh.
Would you guys want to see that or what?
But I don't know.
Who's the fattest of them all? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be good because there was a period where I didn't really eat too much McDonald's, but
yeah, I stopped eating McDonald's for a while there.
Yeah.
And I just wouldn't eat it. Like it just wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, it's not good for you. I mean,
I just started eating it.
I'm giving you guys we're giving you guys a terrible prize.
Yeah, we're gonna bad mouth and McDonald's.
Look, yeah, I know we're bad mouthing.
We're gonna give you a gift card to it.
No, I
we
think
love you though.
It's good. I mean, especially because the coffee, like I go there for coffee all the time. So I mean, as long as you're a coffee drinker, you should use it.
Yeah.
But no, they get a bad rap all the time too.
My wife's over here making her own iced coffees and cost her more than the 99-cent iced coffee she can buy. I don't understand.
It is crazy. I know, because I think, even like if you get like the K cup, your K cups and everything like that, sometimes by the time you do that, then you have your creamer and whatever your sugar. Like it definitely adds out to like.
Absolutely, way more. So my
Yep.
wife has to buy filtered ice. She's got to buy bags of filtered ice from Giant.
Mm.
So the ice has to be filtered right off the top. Then she has to buy gallons of filtered water, and then she's a whiz. And then you have to buy the special because she puts it in a jug or whatever with the thing, and then it's got to be this special coffee, and then it's got to be. It's way more money than it is to just go not pay 99 cents.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is to get an iced coffee from McDonald's.
I think coffee it's crazy that they only sell for 99 cents because if you go to any like other place, like especially like the diner, like a lot of the diners around here, it's like, and I get it, you're sitting there and everything, you're gonna pay a little more for your drink, but it's like $3.99 to $4.99.
It's more than a soda.
Yeah,
It is. I know we went to breakfast at the diner up Broadway Diner up here on Merritt, and it was and whoever I was with, I think it was my brother at the time, or he got the coffee and it was like $4.50 or whatever. I don't know what it was.
Crazy.
More expensive than a drink. It was like that's crazy. Coffee used to be some of the cheapest stuff you could buy.
Yeah, it is. I don't understand how, especially because they buy it in bulk and everything. I don't get it. But, all right. So talking about, I know we were talking about the whole thing with in the trivia with China being leading online sales, e-commerce sales. Did you know Temu surpassed eBay as number 2 most visited e-commerce sites?
Really?
Yes, that's kind of scary because like we can't. It's hard. I don't know. I guess it's just difficult because we can't. You can't sell like secondhand goods on Temu.
No.
So anything like that. I mean, it's hard to compete. I guess especially if you're selling new items. And I get it. Like they're never the same. They're like knockoffs on Temu. They're no.
Yeah, no, it's cheap
items.
products.
Yeah, it's like to me, this is what Temu is to me. It's like if Five Below expanded to this crazy big online e-commerce site. That's what it is. Because like I mean, now do I shop at Five Below sometimes? Yeah, but just because the prices are great, they do have like some stuff that's similar. At least they have legitimate stuff.
No, they have name brand legitimate stuff. That stuff from Timo's, a lot of stuff's coming out of China. It's from a workshop family. They got these people so underpaid. They got kids working in those places. Dude, they're just sending this stuff out. It's junk. You get member guys. You get what you pay for. Even if you buy something secondhand, the quality of that secondhand merchandise is way better than the quality you're going to get when you buy it off of Temu. It is.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, Amazon, like, I feel like a lot of times when I go on there, that's what it is. It's similar stuff that would be on Temu. So it's difficult because, I feel like I never know the quality I'm getting anymore with certain things I buy online.
100%.
Household be nice to be able to have quick access to certain things and go order something and get it the next day, especially when I order on Amazon. But I never know the quality, and I think because of that, I feel I don't like doing this, but it does make me like return items more often than I probably would because I'm not going to pay this much for an item that probably should have been at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah. I'm not a big returner either.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, what it is you're doing. People doing private label. They take this stuff that's manufactured in China for 25 cents. They buy 10,000 of them. They get it over here and they have their name put on it, and then they just slam it right to Amazon, and you pay for it. But how can you? You're not getting the quality of the merchandise. Nope. You're just not going to get it.
No, you're not. Oh, so last week I told you about that glitch, that notification glitch on eBay. I still have that glitch. It's still there, and I have 3 notifications now. It pops up with 3 of them, And I looked on like some kind of eBay forum or something like that. Other people have had that same glitch, and nobody knows how to get rid of it. So I don't know what to do. I just constantly, every time I'm on an eBay page on my laptop, it doesn't show up on my phone or anything on the app. It's just my laptop, and just consistently every like 30 seconds it'll drop down all these notifications of those offers that the counter offers that I sent, and then somebody accepted. It's just the buyer accepted it, and it's just that's what it's saying. Your counter offer was accepted, and it shows the item. And it's stuff that I sold well over a week ago now.
That's crazy. I haven't.
Yeah.
I have something to go on my eBay. I have an item that they took off uh, for some violation or whatever it may be.
Hmm.
And so when I go to new offers,
Uh-huh.
the listing has been removed for a policy violation. But this
I had yeah.
it has sat there for 2 months.
I have that too. So what
And
they'll do, they remove the item, but they say I feel like they say they remove the item, but it's somewhere in there, but it's not fully removed. You have to. I think you have to go on your laptop or like computer and find it in there. But if you call them, they can tell you what the item is.
I figured out how to do it.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, 'cause I got
Three
one for that.
dots next to the item. You just press it. You have to end the listing.
Okay, so and you knew what item it was.
Yep.
So
It was just it stayed in that the offer section.
okay.
So I didn't realize I didn't see the 3 little dots next to it. They're so small. And I
Yeah.
just ended the listing, even though they ended the listing.
Yeah, I know that's stupid. I still have it on that from that. I just been ignoring it, but on that card that it was a trading card, and it was like copyright infringement or something like that. I'm like, it's a card that was made during the '90s.
Yeah, one of
And
the cards or whatever it was.
yeah, but the guy who complained about it was like a photographer, and I confronted him. I called him out on Instagram and stuff, and then like because whenever I post on Instagram, then it cross posts that post from Instagram also on Facebook, and so it did that, and it tagged him on Facebook because he doesn't have it. I don't know. It's somehow he responded on Facebook, not Instagram. Even though I tagged him specifically on Instagram, but anyway, he's like, "Oh no, that wasn't me," and such and such. I'm like, "Dude, you were definitely like one of these like photographers. I'm pretty sure that were for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just kind of all suspicious, and because it had his photography company right there listed as the ones that was complaining about copyright infringement. So
That's crazy.
it's on a trading card. It's
on a trading
whatever
card.
band it was. I forget. It was like one of those music band cards, and whatever rock band it was or something like that's ridiculous. It's not like something I just printed off my computer or anything like that, But
That's just nuts.
yeah, it is. Let's see. Oh, and then Macari. So I always when I go on Macari a lot of times, and I'll delete the old listings. I'll sort it by oldest listing and delete, or sometimes I'll repost them back over, like I'll cross post them back over. Sometimes just and mark them down, and I'll do different things. Like sometimes I just want to delete the oldest listing and basically refresh it. Well, on my laptop, they removed the sort by oldest listing feature. They have all the other ones like new listing, most likes, or whatever, and or by alphabet. But oldest listing is no longer in there. It's still available in the app, and I complained to them, and they're like, "Oh, we'll work on getting it back on there," but then I haven't seen it back on there, so I don't know. I have it's weird because I had a tab open where that feature was still on there, but when I opened up a new tab, that feature wasn't there anymore. So I have to keep this tab active and up, and I can only do it on that tab. It'll work on that tab. So luckily, I had that tab, and I can go back in. So it's like I actually favored it. I put it in my favorites in my web browser so I can go back to that. That's my only hack.
So will work in that tab?
It will. But if I close that tab, if I lost that tab, I'd be done. I would not be able to do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
So somehow it's really weird. I don't know.
That's like the eBay app on the my phone.
Uh-huh.
They switched it back to the regular. Remember last week I showed you, or the week before last, where it had the buying and the selling
Yeah.
option. I no longer have that. It went back to the way it used to be.
Huh.
I liked the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go to a buying option or a selling option because
Yeah.
things are in little different spots.
Yeah. That always gets moved around. Sometimes it depends on your phone, like with updates or different things. Like I feel like sometimes I've had this where I have too many things on my phone, like just memory wise, it's taking up too much space that it like reverts back to the old version of the app or something. I feel like some apps get simplified like that in some
Well,
ways. I don't know.
now that you brought up old things, have you ever put a video on any of your items?
Mm-mm. Actually, no, I have. Or at least tried to, and it's hard because I I can't do it on my phone, which is weird. They don't have that feature on my app on my phone. They only have it on my laptop. But then how do I get the video? My thing was how do I get the video from my phone to my
Do you
laptop?
have a Mac?
No, I do not.
All right, so that's the
Yeah,
problem.
but um, but I have tried it and I did do it once, and then it was like it had to be because they have to approve the video, and I don't like that. Why should I wait for them to approve it when it could already be out there? Is that hiding my listing because it
because you have
needs
to.
approved when another listing could just automatically be on it right away? So yeah, I don't like that. I stopped doing even having any interest in doing it. But I get it. I get why in some ways why it needs approval. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of things that people could put pictures of on there if they're concerned about, you know, things that shouldn't be posted.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
I was just wondering because I don't see a lot of listings with videos on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did it for a talking bobblehead. Like a bobblehead just made noise. Like I forget which one, but I mean it was kind of cool. I went in the video and just pressed the button and let it talk and recorded it. So it was kind of cool because then people can actually hear what it
Yeah.
says.
So some people want to know. Like, I feel like I would sell a whole lot more things though if just
Maybe.
watch the video. Hey guys, just want to tell you about this.
Yeah.
If I could do that, you feel
Yeah.
like you'd sell a whole lot more.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I got um the little over a month till that car show. Not a month, a week. Why did I say a month? A week. I got a little over a week for that car show, so I got a lot of work to do this week coming up.
How prepared are you so far? None.
Not
Or
the truck
10%?
was a good addition to helping me, but then so I'm able to get a lot of stuff there a lot easier. I still need to buy a canopy. I need to I have these table covers that are in my Amazon cart I want to buy. I have to price everything. I have to figure out exactly what I'm going to take that's listed on my eBay store, and if I want to delete them when I get there, or do I want to, whatever. I don't know how to process that because I'd like to take stuff that I have on my eBay store and not just take stuff that was not listed. Stuff I had in my death pile or stuff I picked up in recent weeks because I never gave that stuff a chance to sell on eBay, and I feel like my best chance for it to sell would be on eBay, and I feel like I'm taking it away. You know what I mean? At least to get more money for something. I don't know, I don't want to take stuff that's everything that's on eBay because I don't want to take the stuff that's not selling on eBay too. Because
Right.
I feel like I'm just taking junk. So it's trying to figure out the balance between all that, and I'm gonna have the same thing when we do the toy show.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what do I want to take, but it's going to be interesting. One thing I got to do this week too. That I'm going to go through a bunch of the clothes because I think the clothes could do well at the show. Um, and so and then that's another thing. I want to try to get a clothing rack this week. Um, so I'm going to see if anybody has a clothing rack. I don't know.
I have well, I don't have a big one, but I have a smaller one. It's just a length
Okay.
of, I'd say, 5 foot length.
Okay. I'd have to take a look at it because I'm being very picky too because it's I don't want it something if it gets windy out, it's going to blow over. Or there's a lot in it. I see them all the time when we go to flea market or yard sales. You see it, and it's like it's just, or they could break very easily. That kind of stuff. So I'd have to see the
I mean,
thinness.
I would let you borrow it. I mean,
Yeah,
if
I know. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
and if it
I
somehow broke or whatever, dude, I would be.
Yeah, but I still would want to take a look at it just because I don't want to
Yeah.
have to deal with it falling over and me
Well,
picking
if
it
you
up.
got any time next week,
Okay. Yeah.
maybe like a Tuesday or something, if you want to meet me over the place or whatever,
Yeah.
just to look
That's
at it, then
yeah. Yeah. We can do that definitely. Because I mean it's something I've been I want to have that out there. Just have like at least one rack of clothes, and
yeah,
I'm gonna be looking, I guess, tomorrow at the flea market or out yard sales if I go yard selling. Be looking for hangers too. I'm gonna buy there's always hangers. They're easy. I can buy a bunch of them for like a couple bucks or something. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of hangers tomorrow, and that way I can just use them for there. And then I have to wash a bunch of clothes to make sure that they're because some of when you buy pre-owned clothes, there's gonna be imperfections, and I want to make sure they're clean. Or there's if I can get any stains out or
yeah,
there's a couple I don't know. I'm not very good at sewing, but there's a couple that I might just try to sew up. Um, it's just a lot to think about. Like even with my clothing, do I want to take vintage clothing I have listed? Because then what if it gets messed up? Like it fell off the rack. Like you say a white shirt and it falls off the rack onto a dirty pavement,
yeah.
and then I have to retake pictures.
That's a thought process of that.
Oh,
I'd be scared of that. Or
yeah,
people, they're looking through it and their hands are dirty or whatever it may be.
yep.
Could be.
That or if people have you know like butterfingers and or not, or just different things or sticky fingers. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean butterfingers. Yeah, they could pick something up and drop it, but
Nobody lays a finger on my butterfinger.
yeah. um, and then I also want to get like a display case, like a flat top display case. I think I may have one from when I used to sell, but I meant to stop over my parents to see if it was still over there or not. If I got rid of it, I had two of them before, but so I'm gonna have to see if it's over there still or not. If I sold it, I cannot remember. It's been that long. And if I have that, then I'll be fine, and I'll probably would use that for the toy show because it's nice. I mean, I want to take like a lot of these old they're not really old, but like vintage pins or even like patches and that kind of stuff. But I don't want it's small stuff like that. I don't want people walking away with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And especially if it's listed online, that's one way for me to prevent that is by having it in a case. So
That's
and
true.
I can restock that. I got these drawers that are like that this phone's sitting on top of. I can take maybe a few of these drawers and I don't even have to put it all out. I can keep a lot of stuff in my truck, and then if I sell stuff, I just put more stuff out and
Yeah.
just keep restocking that showcase like for the 4 hours I'm there.
Yeah.
If I need to, that's what I'll do.
And I'll give you I'll send you over the thing too. Like I know
Okay.
um what is it? Oh yeah, let me find it in my Gmail. Because I already hold on.
You're good. Let me see my battery.
So the invoice, I just want to show you. You already paid. I already paid the invoice.
Okay.
Taken
Yep.
care of. I
Okay.
have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna pay you the past couple of weeks, but you don't
I
show up
know.
at the flea market no
Dude,
more.
you're good for the money. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get. I guess they'll send me some more. Um,
Okay.
what's gonna what we have to do to go in there. But as far as I know, with the last paper that I read, it was show up on the first. I think it was the first, and we could set up and then be there the next day until it closes at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and then we got to like 9 o'clock to finish packing up.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be that long to pack up because I'm going to have everything in bins.
Yeah.
All my stuff's going to be in bins and just break stuff down and we'll just move it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a cart. So my wife's going to sell me a cart at her job. She's got a bunch of them.
Okay.
Push carts. So we'll have a push cart. We ain't got to worry about moving all that stuff. If we move it out, we'll just put it on the cart and push it. We'll come back, push it on the cart, push it.
That's good.
You'll have a truck, and then I'll take my truck.
I got one of these foldable hand carts too. I always use. So
okay. Yeah, we're good.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
And then we'll have a few tables.
I have like 3 foldable tables. I think, I don't know. But a lot of people probably don't want to hear all this stuff. What we're talking about, the logistics of everything. But and I have probably a couple tables I can borrow from somebody else too. So
yeah, well, it's a 10 by 10. So what I guess we'll have to figure out the design we're going to put it in. Maybe
that's we'll have to figure it out because do you want to split, like completely split it and have my stuff on one side, your stuff on the other, so it's not.
I think that would be the best idea.
Yeah. Yep. I wonder, if we figure it out, like we split it into like 2 smaller booths almost, in a way.
I mean, it'll be one booth, one whole booth. I think they allow put like a petition up or something. I don't know. But
yeah, we'll see. I mean, if we do, maybe what we'll do, we'll just figure it out, and I mean, we know whose stuff is whose for should be for most part.
Oh yeah. I mean,
maybe I think the difference is because I have video games, so it's going to get a little confusing there. But I don't know. I
keep an eye like on these people like off, bro, and that's what I did with who you call it, Steve's when I set up. I make sure nothing got mixed up, and I knew what's mine. I'm pretty. My wife said she's going to take off that day and go to the show too. I have to figure out how many tickets they're going to give us. So I think we get passes, like what you call it. Right. No, but I mean, like we get bracelets. I don't know how many they give it. So but you know what? I walked in that morning. I got there before Steve did because I'm like on time. Like most times I'm on time. Like let me get here, as long as I'm not messing with like stuff on the thing. Your picture froze all up. It's so funny. I don't know if you hear me or not. I'm talking to myself. Uh-oh. We're frozen. Well, phone died. Guys, his phone died. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye. Thank you for joining Junk Joe Reseller Podcast. Until next time, bye.